Hey everyone, this is TheSunBro, and I'm back with more Dark Souls 2. Today, we are going to be finishing it. Well, at least this playthrough. Um, as for, I'm not gonna move ahead into the next new game with this character afterwards. I wouldn't be playing that anyway, because if you've seen my little video, um, to tell you about that there's DLC coming out, or if you've already seen trailers for it. Um, what I'm gonna do is I'll either play the DLC on this file, so it'll be easy to access. We can just run right to it, since we'll have completed the game, or we'll do it like on its own, like road to the DLC sort of thing, with like a whole new build. I really don't know. Um, so yeah, gonna go beat Nishandra's face in. Hopefully we don't get invaded. I was doing some testing for Unleash Magic and I kept getting invaded. And it's funny because I've never gotten invaded the entirety of the playthrough. But I just did that one time. Or not that one time, but a bunch of times, like, while I was testing out stuff. It's weird. I already killed the dudes down here because I needed to talk to Chancellor Wallanger, and then they aggroed on me, so I had to destroy them. If we do get invaded, though, they are being sent away. Not bothering with it right at the end. I'm not fond of PvP, if you didn't realize it. Now we need our ring back. Just to test it out, I am going to use Unleash Magic during the fight. It doesn't take out as much HP as I thought it did. I thought it took out half, but it takes out a third of your HP, and it's non-restorable until it wears off. So, yeah, we'll have to wait until it wears off to get our full health back. But I have two uses of it, and I also have my soul spears and I have soul geyser, so as long as I can get close enough without dying, we can use all this stuff. I was gonna say, are there seriously no summon signs around? Is there really only this guy, though? Really? Guess we'll take Bernard with us, too. Geez, I must be playing at a bad time of day for there to only be two people here. Hey, our swords look similar, except for yours is a fake. Observe the real one. They really do look similar, but yeah, it's definitely a fake. Oh, he buffed us. Oh, okay. Let's go! You cannot penetrate my shielding. It's impenetrable! Oh, shoot. Geez, she's just on me. They're both on me? That's no fair. That's not how it's supposed to be. Ouch, good lord. I'll drink. There we go. And I'll drink again. Huh. Oh yeah, I decked myself out completely with everything.
Brave undead,
Hey!
you have proved yourself to me.
Oh? Gosh, she's so pretty. It's like a mix between Priscilla and Gravelord Nito. Hey, that's sharp. Don't do that. It's like
You
Nito's
have
wife.
been one with the dark.
But you're basking in the light. Hey! Well, let's try it. I said I was gonna. God, it doesn't do much. If I can get in close... Get away before I'm cursed! Oh, I got cursed. I guess I just gotta use this over and over. I'm unleashing magic. Dead. Yeah, that's the one thing that I dislike. Thank you, what's your face? I can't see your name. Vinny blah blah blah. You helped me beat the game. Now go home. I don't want to see your face. Anyway. That's a pretty cool effect, though. Unleash magic. Yeah. 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 Anyway, I could totally just beat the... No. We gotta be human. It'll look better. If you're wondering why I had repair powders on me, it was because I was planning on using this. If I had to, but I didn't. And I had old Radiant Life gems just in case, and I had withered dusk herbs, but it wasn't too bad. And I gotta... my face. You gotta see my beautiful face. It's actually not very good looking, but screw it. Spoilers, guys, if you don't want to see how the game ends. Click away. Wouldn't think you'd have watched this far and not wanted to see it. One of us. One of us. And then they hug. It's cute.
You who link the fire. You who bear the curse. Once the fire is linked, souls will flourish anew, and all of this will play out again. It is your choice to embrace or renounce this. Great Sovereign, take your throne. What lies ahead, only you can see.
We did it! Holy crap. The credits are going to roll. I'm gonna be speaking a little bit though. Because last time I didn't let the credits roll, and that was my first Let's Play, and I realized afterwards that, like, that's a taboo for Let's Plays, um, to not show the credits because, you know, you're talking about how much you love the game the entire time, and then you don't give credit to any of the people by showing the credits. So, I'm gonna let the credits play, but I'm gonna talk about stuff a little bit, and the episode's super short if I didn't leave the credits in. So yeah, regretfully I couldn't get close enough to use a good soul geyser. And I wish I could have summoned more people. I actually had to summon Bernhardt. I don't remember if he died though. Wasn't really paying attention. I didn't care about him. Um, but yeah, it's like my second favorite game ever. I like Dark Souls more. I really do. Mainly just story wise and just the way it was done. Um, like most places that you see in this game, you can reach. But that was a really big thing with Dark Souls. Like anywhere you can see, you pretty much end up going there. Especially from like at the very beginning, you can see the Duke's archives, and right, you know, at the beginning, you just think, "Ooh, it's a pretty skybox," but the skybox like includes the levels. So, yeah. Because as far away things are, I mean, and it loads as you go along. Um, in both Dark Souls games, there aren't any loading screens unless you warp. So it's pretty much just you just go. um, what else was I gonna say? Oh yeah, the ending of this. I noticed that, you know, I'm not just noticing this now. It was for the first time I played it that they just mention that you have the choice and that like your character will choose whatever, you know, off screen, because what they did for the first game was, you know, you could choose which one you did. You could just ignore it and then the flame would fade, or you could sacrifice yourself to kindle it and, you know, relink all the bonfires and everything. But what they ended up doing for this game is they made the Link the Fire ending canon, because this game is a sequel and not a prequel. So if your character had been allowed to, you know, actually choose, like if your choice from the first game mattered, then if you ignored it, then there might not be bonfires. I mean, you can look at it like, well, the flames haven't faded yet, and all the firekeepers are dying because the flames are fading and stuff. But there are also things in Dark Souls 2, I don't remember them offhand, but my first playthrough off camera was very lore intensive, looking at everything. And there are like descriptions and stuff in game and in the guidebook, because they do like lore extensions in the guidebook that kind of refute that a little bit. It's kind of like what happened after the Artorias DLC, where like his path through existence got a little bit muddied. Like there were 3 different things that were like canon descriptions of what happened to Artorias. I mean, you got to play what really happened, but the DLC and no update ever changed any of the descriptions for his other items that refuted what you even did in the DLC. So it was a little bit odd. I mean, there's so much in this game. I can understand why they can't even get their own story straight, but it is a little bit disappointing how some parts are so open to interpretation. I kind of got off track there, but anyway, in this game, they didn't allow you to make a choice because they didn't want, people to be like, well, you made this one canon, so the other choice didn't matter. So it just says you can choose to do this, or you can choose to ignore this. The choice is yours, but then it doesn't actually give the player the choice. It's just whatever. So if there's a Dark Souls 3, it could be, they could make it canon that he ignored it, or, whatever. They can just do whatever they want, and no one can complain about whether or not it violated their ending that they chose. So, I don't know. Pretty excited for the DLC, though. The only thing is, it's definitely coming out, like, sooner. The other one came out after a year. And it was based on, like, a character that was, really deep in the lore. And it was just a really good thing to do it on. But how do I put it? There were no characters in all of Dark Souls 2 that struck a single chord with me. Like, obviously my name is TheSunBro, because Solaire and a lot of the dialogue and stuff has struck a chord with me, and I just liked him. He was a cool character. And so I just kind of took that for myself. And Artorias was just cool. Sif was cool. That's pretty much just what Artorias was. He was just flat out awesome. And the DLC, just expanded on it, and you actually got to see what he looked like. And oh, hey, we're back here. You actually got to see what he looked like and everything. And he was one of the most fun bosses to fight. But the new DLC's coming out. There's only been a teaser trailer so far, but there's no aspect of the lore besides the Giants' War with Vendrick and everything, and how, like, Nishandra came in and manipulated him to go to war with the Giants, and how she is actually a fragment of Manus that took human form. Well, it obviously, by looking at her, it didn't take human form, but it took physical form. It was a fragment of his soul. That's interesting, and the fact that the old Dragon Slayer is possibly Ornstein is also interesting, but besides that, there's nothing that I'm like, I hope the DLC is about this, or I hope it's about that. I really don't care what it's about, honestly. I kind of feel bad saying that, but I really don't care what the DLC is about. I just kind of want it in general. It's going to be a trilogy, by the way. It's going to be something Crown or whatever. I don't remember. You can watch the video I put up about it. But yeah, there's going to be 3 of them. So yeah, I hope the Crown thing does involve, like, that it's about all Vendrick stuff, and yeah, that's really the only thing that is moderately interesting to me, is Vendrick stuff, and along with Nishandra, or if they did Ornstein's thing. But besides that, I'll just be looking forward to it because it's more Dark Souls content, really. And it'll be new content, because I memorized this game really quick, and I don't know, I disliked that a little bit too, because the first game, like, it challenged me a lot, and this one did not. I don't know. Maybe it's because I'd never played a game like it, and I went straight from playing Dark Souls, like, right up into just the week before this came out. I was still playing Dark Souls. So maybe that's why, because I was pretty fresh with most of the concepts already, but I don't know. I like Dark Souls a lot better. Better characters, better lore. Uh, yeah. That's pretty much what makes this game, though, is just better characters, better lore. And it was harder, in my opinion. And all those three being better just make it better than Dark Souls 2 is. Oh, and what I mentioned in that, you can see like where you want to go. You go there, and that's the castle, and where is it? The aqueduct spanning right where my head is. Um, or maybe that's not the correct word for it. But anyway, the thing that moves water that the Romans used. And then if you go to the top, you can see the Tower of Flame. Over that way. But you could see a lot more from in Dark Souls. Oh, let's actually do this real quick. Start a party, because that kicks you offline. How many deaths have I had for all 3 playthroughs? 160. That's not a lot. So from the very beginning, because it isn't just my New Game Plus Plus run. That is this entire file. This whole character is 160 deaths, which is not even close. Like, I had 130 of those deaths in my first playthrough, and through New Game and New Game Plus, I only got 30 more deaths. So that's, I don't know. Yeah, like I said, the game didn't challenge me as much as I would have liked. So anyway, I'm sorry that I seemed like a bummer at the very end, saying like how much I dislike stuff or whatever. It's still an amazing game. Like I said, it's my second favorite game ever. It goes Dark Souls, Dark Souls 2, Skyrim. Those are my top 3. I like RPGs. And yeah, it's just like there's a huge gap in difference between, first and second place, instead of them being like really close. Dark Souls is just significantly better, in my opinion, than Dark Souls 2. But it's still an amazing game, and I look forward to the DLC, and I'll be playing it for you guys either with this file or another one that I create just for it, or during the next playthrough, because I'm going to resume a New Game playthrough now that this is done. So, yeah. I hope you all enjoyed this Dark Souls 2 New Game Plus Plus playthrough. Remember to praise the sun. And I will see you all next time.